So, good day, good day, good day. This is a little bit of an experiment. I am mic only, which is, you'll all be very pleased to hear. Now, what I'm trying to do, and I'm assuming that it's working, is multi-stream on Twitch and Facebook. And I'm multi-streaming Guardians of the Galaxy, or at least I will be once I get my controller to work. Let's try again, shall we? It doesn't like that at all. We would use a different controller. It's not a problem. It ain't no problem. Right, let's put that one over there. Let's bring this one over here. This one worked before, so I'm hoping it'll work again. Doobie-doobie-doop. Maybe I need to click inside the game. Let's try that. There we go. That's all good. Right, we're off. So I'm multi-streaming on Twitch and Facebook. In theory, I can't actually currently see if that is the case. But I can see that we are recording. Everything at the moment appears to be okay. While I'm waiting for this to kick in, I'm just going to make a couple of changes over here that you can't see. There we go. So, the point in the game that I am at, if I go to save, is Chapter 13, which is, it says 9 hours, but I've played a lot more than 9 hours on this game. In fact, if you look over to the right hand side, there's one that I saved, let me see, 31, 4 days ago, and I was up to 20 hours then, so I have no idea why it's saying 9 hours. I would suggest that's more like 29 hours, and that there's something wrong with that. But anyway, it matters not a lot, so let's just come back. I just want to point out that this is quite a way into the game, Chapter 13. There are 16 chapters in Guardians of the Galaxy, of which we have 3 left, and we've just essentially started the 13th, which means that you are undoubtedly going to get spoilers, because if you haven't played the game yet, I reckon, my guess is that of the final 3 chapters, the final chapter is probably a prologue, which is the usual thing where there's not a lot of gameplay, there's a fair old amount of videos, and everybody chuckles off into the distance. So bear that in mind. We're probably 2 chapters left in the game. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch. Or come back and watch at a later point. Either way, it's great to have you. Thanks for watching. We'll get on with it, shall we? Hopefully the mix of audio will work okay. If it's looking like the game and I are clashing, I will let the game take precedence and I'll just come back during the pausey bits. Right, here we go.
That's what I figured.
No one said this was gonna be easy, Rocket.
Right, but 10,000 times, Quill, Drax is the literal one, remember?
Obviously, our chances of pulling this off suck. A lot. But what chance does the galaxy have if we don't pull it off?
Exactly.
Now, I happen to know that Gamora's going to chop these up because I actually played this earlier. Something to bear in mind with the game is that although you do have that option to save, truthfully, it will only resave you at the last checkpoint, which it will do automatically anyway. So the only advantage of this save option is the ability to save into other slots. So you've kind of got to go back. Is it worth doing that? Well, let me put it this way. My character has 3 elemental powers. There are 4 in the game, and I have seen enemies that show me from their health bar that they need the 4th element to do the most damage, which I haven't got. I suspect that I took a path in the game that meant that I've gone beyond the point where I should have adopted that element. So, yes, it could well be, but only, of course, if you know where you needed to go to get what you needed to do. And I don't, so I can't exactly save at a point where I could have taken that choice. So if I've missed out, that's my tough.
It's gotta be Fooms, right?
He's even bigger than his legend.
So, yeah, when we find him? Okay.
As you can see, the key of the game is using your
Solution to get across this chasm.
allies,
What are the next steps?
Still
which
working on
are
that part.
actually pretty useful. They do help out in fights and stuff, unlike in some games where they just become a burden. Let's pull this out. This is about where I got to earlier when I stopped playing.
Paint places like
Not 100% sure at this point what we're supposed to
You
do.
expect me to believe that Nebula, scourge of 100 worlds,
Oh,
like the
we
paint
have to
pretty
bash that up,
They weren't
so
pretty.
we'll get our man to pick that up. No, we won't. He's not having that. That's not going to happen. Can I shoot it then? No. Somehow, we've either got to get Drax to punch that thing there or throw something at it. That rock that's been dislodged is deadly if thrown, so
Fall this day.
sometimes you just have to wait for them to finish their dialogue before you can get them to do their thing. So we'll try again.
I don't want Boom playing with my skull.
He will not. He will nail
No,
you to
he's
the
not having it.
sacred skull throne.
Why would a dragon have a throne? Is it a metaphor?
No, it is a throne.
Let's
Skulls.
let them finish their little
Our
chit-chat.
skulls, if we die well.
The dialogue in the game is, to be fair, incredibly well written. The whole game, from a narrative point of view, is superb.
I'd love to see that gone.
Easily. Where shall I put it?
There you go. He's now asking you. So let's try again. Pick that up.
It'd look better in orbit.
Certainly. Where shall I move it?
Where shall I move it? He wants me to tell him. Well, no. Set me back. He wants me to tell him to put it there. Put it there, Drax. But it's not letting me keep a continuation.
Thing, Drax.
Usually.
Easily. Where shall I put it?
Oh, here we go. It's, oh no, maybe not. So usually what happens is you select the item and then it gives you a kind of transparent version of it, and then you drag it to where you want it to go and let go, and then he throws it to that point. But I'm not seeing it. I can hear it.
They were typical frozen landscapes.
Oh, that noise is
Sometimes she painted little
some stuff that I
versions
can
of us in
collect.
there.
So what if I'm at the wrong position? Let's try again.
Not
So
really. I was dead or mangled.
highlight it
Take it away, Drax.
Certainly.
and
Shall I move it?
there. I want it over there, Drax. Right there, mate. Damn. Okay. Let's try
Got this, Groot?
Groot. Will Groot do it? No.
Don't ask him to
What do
do
you
weird
say?
stuff.
Throw it?
Easily. Where shall I put it?
Put it there.
I could clear the rubble from that ledge, Peter Quill. I just need something to throw.
I know, mate. I'm trying. I am trying, dude, honestly. So,
Fleshy frame
what I want you to do is pick that up. There we go.
Step, Drax.
There's there you go. There's a few instances like that in the game where you're doing everything that you think you should,
What about our
but it just won't let you do what you want to do. Encourage Drax. Let's do an encourage Drax. Keep him happy.
Drax, I know you've been waiting for this a long time. Enjoy it, man.
Thank you, Peter Quill.
Lots of little choices like that. Some of them do have an impact on the game.
I need this.
Most of them don't seem to.
Maybe if we
From what I've discovered, they might drive an alternative dialogue, but they don't have a massive impact on the game. Okay, so the next thing, we've got to pick that up, but I've got to get over there. I'm going to try my booster boots. They don't always work. There you go. They're good.
Legends say the Fin Fang Foom can will
Pick
himself
that
from one
up,
dimension
jump back up onto this one, and the other guys will just follow me. Don't need to worry about them. Through.
have been best.
So the game is,
There's something up ahead.
truthfully, it's made up of several mechanics that kind of rinse and repeat depending on what planet you're at.
More food food to deal with.
Just pause a second. So it does get a little bit repetitive at times, and sort of the last, I don't know, maybe from 9 until 12, I was thinking, oh God, I wish it would hurry up and finish. But the narrative is awesome. There's a great story behind it. A huge amount of work in terms of motion capture and sort of environment graphics and stuff. So you can't knock it. It is a great game. Now, as you saw, I personally think I've played well over 30 hours of the game. But it's not a massive game. It looks to me that it's probably about the average of 40 hours. What we have to do here then, let's have a look. All right, see that icon next to its health bar? That suggests that I should have a fourth element of fire, which we don't have, and that looks like it could be something that is useful on this planet. Now, none of the elements, to be fair, are essential. Don't do that. I want to unfreeze this dude. The reason, by the way, you're thinking, why did he just press the wrong button? One of the big issues with this game, if you're playing on PC, and therefore GeForce Now, because it's the PC version. If we go to settings, I can show you. Under settings and gamepad, control scheme, it wants me to be using an Xbox controller. Now, the problem is that currently, as we sit here now, I'm not using an Xbox controller. I'm using an alternative controller, and I'm also using, when I play my GeForce Now on the TV in the lounge, I'm using a spare PS5 controller that I've got, and it confuses this game to the point where you have ZL and ZR. I have no idea what the heck Z means in the context of the left and right triggers, but they're there. And as you can see, X is Y, and A is B, and B is A, and Y is X. And that is confusing when you're playing the game and it tells you to press X. So I rely on muscle memory. Let me just try plugging in a Xbox controller anyway. I just happened to have one here, but it wasn't working when we first loaded up the game. It's a funny little Xbox controller from Turtle Beach. Oh, we have worketh. It worketh. So in theory, if I go back to settings now, we'll see that the settings are now correct. Y for Y, B for B, A for A, and so on. And of course, LT and RT. And that's a tad annoying that its ability to detect the controller, the gamepad, isn't a little bit cleverer, given the amount of work in the game. But there you go. You can't have everything. But it isn't GeForce Now's problem. It's a game issue. It's also prevalent on PC if you're playing with a controller. So let's get back to the game. Now, at least, I can see what's going on. So it's got a nice little mechanic that when you fire your gun, got to get used to this controller now, it'll overheat. Oh, this guy's a dude. Okay, I'm going to pull in Rocket's special power. Here he goes. Look at him. His huge rockets, which he's firing nowhere near the enemy. Actually looks like this guy splits up or something into little pieces, little snakes. So the mechanic for the gun is, now it overheats and you have to hit the green section as it comes down to cool, and that gives you a kind of boost. If you don't get that right, though, then it's a pain. Okay, let's unfreeze Drax here. Get him back into the fray. Have we got anything more? Yeah. Drax has a superpower as well, so we'll enable that one. Woohoo! He's dead. Yeah, these superpowers, each of your characters has one, and or a super ability, I should say. They get unlocked depending on choices that you make with that character through the game, which is really clever. For example, if we have let's go to Gamora here, let's have a look at her abilities, and hers is right down there at the bottom, the Executioner. And all of them have one. Let's go and have a look at Drax. Yep, his is enabled. I think all of them are now enabled on all of my characters, maybe with the exception of Groot, actually. Let's have a look at old Groot. There he is. Yep, his hasn't been unlocked yet. So I suspect his is connected with that fire element, which I also failed to unlock at some key point in the game. But everybody else is happy, and you can change their suits as well. So at the moment, I've got Rocket's got his own little cute suit. There it is. His standard suit, though, is this one. And then, of course, that you unlock others. They're actually hidden away. So one of the key things that I unlocked on my character, on Peter Quill, was an ability to, let me see if I can find it here. No, not that fella. it was an ability, and is an ability, to show you where all the kind of little goodies are that you can pick up are hidden away. Quite useful for finding stuff like these extra suits, particularly if you are a completionist and you want to do everything the game's got to offer.
If our final act is to challenge Fin Fang Foom, it will be an honorable.
Fin Fang Foom. Okay, what have we got here? So, looks like I have to pull that, so make sure I've got the pulling element selected, and we'll drag that through. Looks like Rocket will probably wander through. There he goes. Off he toddles. Been waiting for me to unlock him there. It's pretty cool. You can look around with your visor and get this weird sort of purple and red and yellow colour combo. Red is irrelevance, purple is your allies, yellow is stuff that you can interact with and it can sometimes is necessary, and blue are just interesting elements throughout the universe that you can scan and add to your journal or your codex or whatever you want to call it. That little thing is always a Groot needed thingy. He will fire us a bridge across with his roots. There he goes. So you kind of get to see over time, you work out what it is, what each thing needs to do and so on, which is pretty cool. That will be a smash through, so probably that will be Gamora that needs to cut through there. Try her and see if she does. No? I can't smash it, so we must get to it another way. At the moment, we need to walk around the edge. As I say, these are all kind of standard mechanics the game's got a toolbox of and applies them throughout the game, so you have a fairly good idea what you need to do if you come across a puzzle. There are a couple of puzzles in the game that will catch you out though, and nothing too taxing, but they caught me out and it took a while before I worked it out. So we'll freeze these poison holes. You can see them with your... Okay, that needs to be shot. There it is. Use the element to freeze. Another one over there.
We're not killing Fin Fang Foom.
And that one.
Catching him to give the Lady Hellbender so she forgives us and hopefully...
Oh, that killed me. Well, that's never happened. I've never been poisoned before. Rats. Now, there's 2 points it puts you back. This, when you see this icon, it's almost certainly putting you back to a checkpoint. But if you just fall down something, it tends to flick you back very quickly. And it ain't quite an issue. Now, this has been a test. I'm going to end it here. I've actually got to go and attend to real-world business. But I'm going to go and check the recordings, make sure that the audio, the video, etc. has all been good. And I will do another one of these at another point later on. So thank you very much if you've joined me or if you're watching this at a later point. I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been Rokk. I will catch you later. Rock out.